guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. Hopefully y'all can subscribe. Y'all better subscribe and join our journey, me and my almost 8-month baby. Yes, I am a teen mom. I'm sure you can see on the title. So today's video is finally going to be the labor and delivery vlog, Q&A / get ready with me. I have tried to film this over 10 times. I'm not even joking, 10 times. And hopefully, if my camera has enough space, it will fully film the video and I can post it by tomorrow. I want to get it up within 2 days because I want to post it daily. Not daily because that's unrealistic probably for me, but I want to post as back to back as soon as possible. Anyways, so I'm going to be getting ready. Right now I'm just going to do my hair. And I'm going to answer some questions that y'all asked and stuff like that. If I'm looking down, it's because I wrote them down in my YouTube journal that I use for YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready. I just got out the shower about 30 minutes ago. And I blow dried my hair. I just got done finishing my hair. So, we'll blow dry my hair. Also, if you're wondering where Abel is, he is actually asleep right now, which is also another advantage that I have, because I have time to just to get this video done. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the questions. The first question is, did your water break on its own? Oh, also, before I even get started, if you see a flash, I don't know if you could tell, but if I get up closer, you could tell there's more light. I put the flashlight behind here so the video quality can be a little more better because the sunlight isn't really doing too much because it's not that sunny outside, and I'm not by the window. I'm on the other side of the room. So yeah. That's nothing. But anyways, the question is, did your water break on its own? My water did not break on its own. The hospital broke it for me. Well, the nurse at the hospital broke it for me. If you're wondering how they broke it, he broke it with his hand. It was actually an accident. He wasn't really supposed to break it right then and there. So that was interesting. His reaction was literally priceless. I don't know, it was just funny because he was literally shocked. He was like I broke her water, because he wasn't supposed to. They were gonna, but he wasn't supposed to break it with his hand. But actually, I prefer them breaking it with their hand. I just like it better because they break it with some sort of tool, they stick up you and then they break your water. But he broke it with his hand while checking my cervix. That was the only guy that looked or touched me down there to check me. Everybody else was a girl. The next question is, how long were you in labor? I was in labor for, let me see, I was in labor from 2 or 3 a.m. till 9 at night. So 9 at night. And then yeah, so it was, I don't know, I'm not gonna count it right now, but if you know how to do your math, then you should be able to guess it. The next question is, would you do it again? Would I give birth again? Yes, I would give birth. I would go through postpartum. I would go through everything again. Not anytime soon though. I am not ready for any more kids right now. So, but yes, I would do it again. The next question is, how painful was it? The labor honestly was not painful whatsoever. If I had to scale it from a 1 to 10, it was a 0. The only pain I had through my labor was the pressure of his head. It was the pressure of his head because he was dropping down more for me to give birth, and he was kind of stuck in a spot. He was dropping down, but he was stuck because he wasn't I was stuck on 4 centimeters for a couple hours. So he was stuck, and I felt the pressure of his head right there, and it was like, oh my gosh, I would rate that, the pressure of his head, like I would say a 6, because I cried. That's how bad it hurt, to the point I cried because it hurt so bad. When I was crying, I was also really, really cold, and like I could not stop shaking. Like I'm telling you, like my hands were like, hold on, I'll show you right now. Like it was the point. It wasn't just like I'm shaking. It was like this, like I'm shaking, and I couldn't stop. I asked the doctor, but they told me that was normal. But like it wasn't even cold in the room. Like it was, but it like not to the point where you're like shivering. But that pain was a 6, and then the rest of my labor was a 0. So that's the only pain I had. And they did give me medicine for it, but it didn't last very long. They gave me medicine for it, and it lasted, like I would say, a good like maybe 30 minutes, and then it went, like the medicine how I say, it went away, and they gave me another more of it, but it didn't work. So I just kind of put heat pads on it, on my like stomach or wherever it hurt, and that somewhat helped me like feel better, but it didn't help me feel like 100 times better. And the epidural, I did get the epidural, and the epidural didn't help with that. The next question is, were you scared for labor? No, I wasn't really ever scared for labor. Towards the end of my pregnancy, I was like questioning myself, like am I gonna be a good mom? And it wasn't like me to like being like, am I gonna be a good mom? Like it was my head, like, you know, like it just kind of popped up at night or wherever, and I was like, you know, like, am I gonna be a good mom, you know? And I don't know if y'all like know what I mean, but it's not me physically being like, oh, am I? It's like more like mentally in my head, where I was questioning myself, like, am I gonna be a good mom? So, but I never was like told myself like, oh, I'm so scared to give birth or anything like that. I knew I was already gonna get the epidural, so I feel like I just put it in my head like it's not gonna hurt because I'm gonna be on pain medicine. So I think I just kind of put it in my head, and I was right, because I didn't really feel any pain. I didn't feel any pain besides the pressure, and that was it. The next question is, did you tear, and how was the healing process? I did tear. Oh, I just burned myself. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyways. What was the question? Did I tear? Yes. I did tear. I tore twice in the inside, but there were very little cuts. And the healing process was actually really good. I mean, it wasn't like 100% perfect, but it was around like 90% perfect, I would say, because it was uncomfortable though, especially like when I would sometimes, I don't know if anybody else was like this, but sometimes when I had to sit with my legs closed all the time. I could never sit with my legs open or like crisscross applesauce or anything like that. I couldn't sit because I would feel like my stitches were like stretching out. I don't know if it was just me or it was like actually happening, but I had did that one time, and I was like, never again did I open my legs like to sit down or anything like that. My legs were always like, when I would lay down, my legs were closed, or like in a position where my knees were like, I don't know how to say it, but my legs were always closed. I'm sorry I'm doing all these hand movements. But it was just uncomfortable, just that. And then I was real sensitive down there, so like, I don't say it, like, I would dab myself. Like in the first, I would say like a couple, like first a week, I just poured the water on me. Like I just squirted the water on myself, because they give you like this bottle of water that it's like this container where you squirt water on you, because you're not supposed to, what is it called? You're not supposed to wipe yourself. You know, you can't grab the toilet paper and wipe yourself like normal. You have to just get that squirt bottle and spray it on you, and then that's it, and you put the pad on, because you will be bleeding after, and that's all you do. But I didn't like the feeling of being wet down there, so after a couple days I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and dab myself. So I would do like, I would squirt myself, like, I wouldn't want to say, I'll put water on myself, and then I would like dab the excess water off and like the excess blood off, because it's like a period, but it's like a period, you know, but it's like it's more like uncomfortable and sometimes painful for other people. But that's all I really did. That was all like that was uncomfortable about it. So, but other than that, it was like real good. I was able to get up and move around and stuff like that. The next question is, does it get loose down there? No, I know some people think that it does, but it doesn't. It doesn't get loose. I don't know, like there's no really explanation for it. It's just it doesn't get loose down there. Your body does go back to normal. So everything, like, you know, it just goes back to normal. Obviously, like, I don't know if everybody knows this, but you have to at least wait 6 to 8 weeks in order to like exercise, lift heavy things, and have sex. So I mean, I'm pretty sure if you have sex earlier than that, you can get an infection or just like mess up your insides, and it will feel loose just because your body hasn't like fully rearranged itself back together, I guess I can say. Not to like scare anybody, but the answer is no, it does not get loose down there. The next question is, did you get the epidural? Yes, I did get the epidural. I had knew from the beginning that I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get the epidural. So that's that. The next question is, how did the pushing feel? The pushing, this is kind of like not a hard question to answer because it's literally like a yes, like it's literally like an easy question, but I had the epidural and I did not feel like one thing. I did not feel nothing throughout my whole like pushing process and like birthing my baby. So I can't really say like how the pushing is, but then again I could only speak for the people who's gonna get the epidural, like, but everybody's different. It feels like you're going poop, like if you're pushing to go poop, but you're not, you know, but like, I'm not feeling any pain. Like, I didn't feel no pain or anything. It just feels like you're pushing to go poop, but I'm not feeling anything at the same time, if that makes any sense. For people that go birth natural, that's a totally different experience. I'm pretty sure that's really painful because there was a woman across from next to my room, and she went all natural and I got the epidural. So I thought it was just in movies that the girls scream their heads off while giving birth. And no, that is completely true. They do scream because it's extremely painful, and I heard her, and my birth was like nothing. Like, I didn't feel nothing. I just pushed them out like if it was like something easy, like if I'd done it before, but I haven't. So that was that. The next question is, how did you know you were ready for labor? You can answer this question 2 ways, which is like mentally and physically. Mentally, I didn't know I was ready. I kind of just was like, okay, well, what's gonna happen, you know, so let's do it. I didn't really prepare myself to be like, oh, okay, I'm ready. Physically, I didn't know I was in labor whatsoever. I do have a story time on it where I told like the whole process of it, but I did not know I was ready in for labor. I didn't even know my contractions were my contractions. So, but I think there's more questions of my contractions, so I'm not going to answer it right now, but I did not know I was ready for labor. The next question is, were you allowed to have a shower? If so, how long did you have to wait until you were? Okay, yes, I was allowed to have a shower, and I'm pretty sure you have to wait the next day to take a shower. Okay, so when you have your first child, you have to stay there at least for like almost 3 full days, right? So you give birth that day, and then you're there for another whole day, and then that third day you will leave around that day, because it's your first child. So I'm pretty sure you can't. I don't from what I say is like wouldn't think you're allowed to take a shower on the first day you give birth, because for one, like, you're either in pain or you're like really numb. So I'm pretty sure you have to wait the next day, but you are allowed to have a shower. and that's it. I personally did not take a shower. I'm saying too much, but I personally didn't take a shower because the nurses just kept coming in and out, like literally every 5 minutes to do the same exact thing. And sorry. So I wasn't really able to like take a shower, but I did take a shower when I got home. And you're probably like, ew, like why didn't you take a shower? Like, I'm gonna take a shower, and maybe you will, but like in the moment you're not really like so worried about that, you know. It's not like your #1 priority, but I did want to, but just the doctors and everything were just like in and out like crazy, and it was kind of annoying, so I just didn't take one. And plus I didn't like the doctors coming in and messing with my son, and like without me like seeing or knowing, so I didn't even want to leave his sight. So that's another thing. But the next question is, how do the contractions feel? Okay, so the contractions, they felt like sharp pains for me. Like it was just like literally just a regular sharp pain. That's it. And the reason why I didn't think they were contractions, like I said, I just thought they were a sharp pain. But the reason why I didn't think they were contractions was because literally everybody told me that they were gonna feel like feeling like your muscle or whatever is like tightening up and then letting it go. And I didn't mind it to feel like that. Like it was gonna feel like that around the side of your stomach and your lower back. And my contractions were not anywhere near close to that. My contractions were on my lower stomach, and I would feel the sharp pain going down, like my area. Like it would start from my lower stomach, and then like it would work its way down to like my area. And so that's how I felt, and I was just like, okay, well, they're not even contractions because it's just a sharp pain. And I was like, well, I'll just wait to my 39-week appointment to just ask, like, why am I feeling this way? And so that's why I didn't think they were contractions, because everybody told me that they were going to feel a certain way. So I learned that don't listen to what everybody tells you. It may be true, like, take it into consideration, but it might not happen the way people say it, because my contractions did not feel how people said it. It felt like a totally different way. And nobody ever told me that their contractions felt the way my contractions felt. But my contractions didn't feel painful at all. I would rate them like a 1. When I did get to the hospital, though, they were getting a little more intense, and they were starting to feel like it was squeezing in and then letting go, and it started to feel like more on my lower back and side then. But in the beginning, my contractions did feel like a sharp pain, and then once I was getting more into my labor, that's when I started feeling them more like on my stomach area. But if I were to rate that, it would still be like almost a 2. For my contractions, they weren't that painful, and I was already 4 centimeters just dilated, so if you're wondering. The next question is, what was the most annoying part about labor? So labor itself, like me being in labor, there was nothing annoying about it. Outside of labor, well, not outside, well, like what was going on while I was in labor was there was one thing that was annoying. Well, there's actually 2 things, but I'm just gonna say one thing. The one thing was, I had already like told myself and like told my boyfriend I don't want nobody there. Like I didn't want nobody there. Not in my labor, just like nobody. The only visitors I wanted was just like inside family, which was like siblings, like whoever's in my house and whoever was in his house. I didn't want like a whole bunch of my family come visiting before like I gave birth, and after. I just didn't want anybody going, and I had let everybody know already, especially my mom, and she had already kind of made comments. She's like, that's weird, like why aren't you gonna let anybody visit? And I was like, well, it's my choice, you know, like whoever I want is whoever's gonna be there, you know. And it wasn't nothing like against nobody. I wasn't saying, no, I don't want you there because I don't want you to see my baby, or I don't want you to just, it wasn't anything bad. I just wanted like my personal space. I wanted to experience it on my own. I wanted just to be, for it just to be me you know, just for it to be me, my boyfriend, my baby, and my mom, and like his entire family. What I'm trying to say is I just wanted it to be me and like my family. Like I didn't want like me, my baby, and my boyfriend, you know. I didn't want anybody coming in and out the room. Like I just wanted my personal space and, you know, to experience it, you know, to enjoy it, you know, not to have anybody like taking the baby away and be like, oh, I want to hold it, I wanted to be the one to experience it. But she didn't understand that. And so when I was at the hospital, like just on the monitor and, you know, waiting for Abel to come, she had invited a friend, and she was like, oh, she's here, and she was going to invite her in the room. And I was like, and I got mad. And what made it worse is I was already going to get my epidural, and I had to go pee too. So I had to go pee like super bad. And so then while that, they were getting ready to give me my epidural. And so I had like 3 things going at once, and I had to go pee really, really bad, and I couldn't get up because I was already hooked up to the monitors, and I was already like in the bed, you know, getting ready, and they were preparing to give me the epidural. So I couldn't go to the restroom, and then on top of that, they were like already messing with me because they had to do the epidural. And on top of that, my mom was already saying stuff. So it was like just a whole bunch of like things coming at me at once. So what happened was she told me that, and I was like, why is she here? I was like, I told you I didn't want anybody like come visiting. Like she can come, like I just didn't want it. She's like, I told her, I was like, I didn't want anybody here, and I said, and I had told you that before. And she's like, don't be mean, like, you know, don't be rude or whatever, something like that. And I was like, okay, but like I'm not being rude. I told you, like, it's not, it has nothing to do with her. It just has that I just don't want nobody here, you know. And so I guess, so when that happened, I was like getting like, I guess, overwhelmed, and I started like crying, but not like in a way where I was like sad. I was just like crying because I was frustrated, and then I had to go pee super bad, and then they were doing the epidural, and then I had to lay down on my side because the epidural wasn't working the way where you sit down. Like when you get the epidural, you sit down and you bend like this, right? Well, it wasn't working like that because my baby's heartbeat was dropping every time we did that. So I had to lay on my side and scrunch up, which made it even worse because I could like it's like my bladder was getting like pushed on, and like if I was about to pee my pants. So it was really, really, really uncomfortable. So all that on top of it, like all of that happening at the same time was just like you know, like I didn't like it. Like it was just frustrating. So that was like the most annoying part of it. But I mean, I let it go. It didn't get to me the whole time I was going to labor, but I'm just, like, that was the most annoying part about labor. The next question is, was your labor like what you thought it would be? My labor was not what I thought it would be. I didn't think it would be this smooth, but I didn't think it was going to be super hard. So I guess like no, it wasn't what I thought it'd be because my labor was really, really smooth. So I didn't think it was going to be like this smooth at all. But so no, it's not what I thought it would be. But that's actually the last question. I'm gonna go ahead and just like talk. And I wanted to talk about like how like what people don't tell you like after you give birth or anything is, one thing is hair loss. You get postpartum hair loss. Oh crap. You do get postpartum hair loss. And oh my gosh, I did not know that until it actually happened to me. And that's like so annoying because my hair used to be so thick, and I regret cutting it because of that too. And I also regret cutting it because I miss my long hair, but mostly because I cut my hair, and I wish I didn't because I started losing my hair. And that's to the point where I was getting bald, but it's just, you know, I had hair falling out a lot, and like to the point where my pillow in the morning was like there was hair on it, and to the point where like my boyfriend would always be like, you're shedding. Like I would shed, like I'm not even saying, like I would say like every week. Like he had cleaned my room, And I'm talking about there was so much hair, like to the point where it clogged up the vacuum, and like it was just crazy. To the point where he would tell me like to put up my hair on the bed because there was hair getting on the bed and stuff like that. So I had lost hair and it was so annoying. And like I would go in the shower and I'd pull hair out. So that's another thing. I mean, everybody is different, but like be warned, like you probably might get postpartum hair loss, and it started happening around when my baby turned like 3 to 4 months. And right now I'd say it stopped. It started slowing down when he was about 6 months. Yeah, that's when it started like slowing down. Like I'm not losing as much hair. Like I'm not really losing hair anymore. So I would say like end of 5 months is where is where like my hair stopped like I stopped losing like hair. Another thing, look, say hi. Look, say hi. His hair is all messed up. The power went out last night and we had put water on him because it was getting hot in the house, and so I did some sort of mohawk on him, and so like over here it just got like messed up. It was worse when he first woke up, but say hi, baby. Oh, look how big he is. You're getting so big. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just finish my hair because the video is already getting long. And I'll come back. Okay guys, I'm back with my outfit. This is the shirt I'm wearing. If you're wondering where I got it from Papaya. It's just like this shirt. I'm not gonna move my hair because I'm pretty sure you can already tell that my bra is like really white and you could see through it, so I'm not gonna move my hair. I am pairing it up with these dark blue jeans and then with some brown sandals. I probably could pair this outfit a lot better, but like a lot more better, but I don't have so much clothes because I haven't went shopping in like a very long time. This is like honestly just a new shirt that I got like a couple days ago. It was just one shirt, and also I just paired it up with this Michael Kors watch. So this is the outfit. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for many more hopefully, and don't forget to comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to put on the post notifications on, and also don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I will link it down in the description box, so don't forget to go follow. See you guys in the next video.